what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Team Nerd Herd podcast, where our best advice here is if you want to do it right, collect what you like. But it is Monday, you guys. Monday FANime Talk. And if you want to view it right, anime for life. And today we are going to go over Child of, I always have a little bit of mispronunciation for this. I don't know why. Kamiari month. So introduced on Netflix, you guys. I thought we'd give it a watch and see, what our thoughts were, how we dug it. But before we get into that, let me holler at my man, Steve. What's happening, brother?
What is up, brother? Nothing much, man. Just it's a Monday. Got the weekend going, man. The weekend was nice. Coming back to it. But let's go ahead and dive in, man. I mean, I was excited because I saw this on Friday. Fell asleep to it, I'll be honest, and then Sunday got a chance to rewatch it. So
I feel you, man. I feel you, dude. Yeah, dude. The work week catches up to you, man. Sometimes you just gotta fall asleep on, to a movie.
It's the sun, bro. The sun be kicking that ass. But without further ado, oh man,
let's hit it. Let's hit it.
Are you ready? Hit it with the Four Horsemen faction. They're jumping in action. I already see two of the brothers, two of the Four Horsemen faction, and then you got brother number one, brother Rudy, the Lucha Libre pinnacle and pillar to this community, man. You'll see him on all the chats. And then brother number two, Something Wong. You already know something why it's going to happen when he's around, man. He is executive producer to Geek Factor Live and also the Havoc to this bunch. And you got brother number three, the Anime Etc. Senpai. And he's legendary son in these parts, man. Talking all sorts of anime, man. And then all the way from the other side of the pond, man, you got Glenn 2K12 coming in, crystal clear, 4K. And then he's also my horror Hermano.
Yeah, he meant Armando.
One with the force of the flash.
You better watch him, man. You catch a fart to the face, you hit him with that, man.
Got a little tongue tie.
Put some respect on my man's name.
Those tantalizing beats, man. We got to give shout outs to my brother, brother.
That's beats right.
Our brother, right? Eddie. Yeah, what's cracking, brother? What's cracking? And then let's go ahead and get in this chat, man. You got look.
There we go, sushi.
Cotton candy, sweet and go. Let me get that sushi roll. Sushi roll. What's something wrong? And you got brother Rudy all up in this, and I think we are all caught up for right now, man. Like they said,
right.
Los Hermanos.
Yes, Hermanos.
Yes, sir. Sonic boom. Yes. All right, and then you got Battle Panda.
What's up, Battle Panda?
Liz, what's going on?
What's up, girl?
Oh my God, it's been so long. Battle Panda, Liz. Good to see you, girl. Good to see you. Let's go ahead and get into it.
All right. So we're just gonna, this is basically a anime movie that is definitely targeted more towards the youth, you guys. So if for those of you that have young kids, and you're looking into, something safe for them to watch, not too, nothing graphic, but just something kind of wholesome, as most anime seem to do. They definitely have those underlying themes, morals within the story, many of them, most of them. And so this is definitely a safer route for you guys to, watch them with your, 9, 8-year-olds and whatnot, so, and I'm on that boat, you guys. I'm going to have my daughter take a gander at it and see what she thinks of it. But yeah, we're taking place in Japan, and just the opening scene, I feel like it had a strong opening for me, at least. When I was watching it, it did captivate me and intrigue me in order to, just kind of make sure, like, okay, like this is dope. The animation, yes, the animation was like throughout the entire movie. I feel like the animation was definitely on the mark. So really aesthetically pleasing. And so we're getting the view of a young gal, Kana, who's our protagonist, the main character. And Kana is basically, running, and you could tell like she's running after someone, and she gets a little scuffle, takes a little tumble, and the person that she was running towards is turning around, comes back, turns out is Kana's mom. I believe her name is Yayuri, and she's all decked out, running clothes. You could tell like this is like her bread and butter, or at least what she enjoys doing. And so she tells, they have a little conversation, a very endearing exchange, just that kind of like that motherly motivation, to her daughter, like, come on, like get up, scuff up them knees and let's get back on track. Let's go. And, the Kana is basically very determined, and seeing how you could tell how she's very like strong-willed, if you will. She tells her mom, like, I haven't given 100% yet, so I don't want to quit now. I want to continue. And they start running. The mom is running a little further into the distance, and you can see like the montage, if you will, kind of fade, as if this was and is a dream that Kana is actually having. And so we now get to find out that Kana's mom is no longer with us. They have a little shrine in the house from her passing, with some of her key belongings, that and things that just kind of are remembrance of how she lived her life and what have you. So Kana is a sixth grader, so like around, I don't know, like 10, 11 years old. And she's, kind of, you could tell like this is a tremendous loss. Obviously, having to lose your mom or a parent is no easy thing, especially for that of a younger, child. And so she's trying to handle her emotions, while she's in school. You could tell that she's just very distracted, absent-minded. But the thing that does get her attention is while they're in class, they're learning about these festivals. And the teacher is speaking with the class about the Kamiari. And so, this is going to be a meeting for all the gods, in Japan. And, we're, you know what I'm saying? That we're educated, they got gods of toilets, entertainment, wind, leaves. We got our brother JD in the house. What's going on? Raging Cajun.
Brother JD, what's cracking, my brother? What's cracking? Good to see you.
Yes, man. Thank you for joining us, fam. And so we're just getting basic knowledge of just the different kind of gods that are around here, and so this does kind of it piques her interest a little bit, and we don't really see anything further up until we see a little bit more of her in interaction with some of her classmates. We got Nikki, who seems to be her best friend. They're all gearing up and getting ready for a marathon, and Kana is just not feeling it. She kind of fakes an injury and says, like, oh, I pulled a hammy. And she just goes to where they have like this little bunny ranch. It's a little kennel, and just a bunch of rabbits are just kind of crawling around. And so she seems to be very fond of one with a bell, who turns out to be Shiro. And so, she just continues, and her friend knows that something's off. She knows that something's wrong. And so Kana is trying to put on a front. She definitely is really good at that because she fakes it. She fakes being, like she's happy and what have you. And so, but in the interior, you could tell this is definitely affecting her. And, Steve, it's something that I wanted to ask you with this character. I mean, do you feel like she seemed to have been like a little distant even within herself, like with the emotions that she is experiencing, like she's trying to detach herself from that? Or do you think it was just more of her doing it to everybody else, including like her dad?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's harder. It was harder for her to deal with because you can obviously see in the movie that her mother was significant, very special to her,
right?
And they shared something, right? They shared that passion of running, and you come to find out that like that running is a little more different. So there's something behind it, and it's just children at that age, they're kind of, they just really don't know their feelings around that. I mean, it's a very young age, but they could still put the pieces together.
Yeah.
So I think, for her, she just was so distant in some sort of sense because she was trying to kind of deal with that hardship as well.
Yeah.
You know, because she wasn't really right. I mean, she didn't really want to race. She found ways to kind of go against the grain. Shout out to CRG, all up in the building. What's going on, Anthony? Good
What's
to
going
see
on,
you.
brother?
Oh man, Chef RD Harris, what's cooking, Chef?
Chef, what's up, brother?
You know, some good stuff is cooking.
Oh,
That's
some
what's up.
cooking stuff. Yeah,
You know,
dude.
that's what's cooking, baby.
Yep.
All right, yeah, man. So, I mean, for me, when I was witnessing it, it was really heartfelt in the beginning, and then you kind of see her kind of not really want to take the plunge into running.
Yeah.
And it just kind of seemed like, you know, maybe that this wasn't her calling or something like that. But there was also the tragedy of her mother, right? No longer seeing her. So I think it was just a mixed bag of emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. Without a doubt, you know, very well said. And, you know, like going along with that emotion, I mean, when, you know, like as I had mentioned before, her entire class seems to be preparing for a marathon. And so she's practicing, you know, and she's not, you know, a slouch with running, you know, she has the experience. She's, you know, she's a good runner. And so, you know, you could tell like, you know, with the route that they're taking and everything, and her dad is, you know, videotaping this, and he's, you know, seems to be like a pretty involved dad, you know, I mean, and especially now where he kind of has to be the most, you know, like he is the only parent right now. And so as they kind of continue on, she's reaching the finish line, and something stops her. Let's see, Izuma was considered sacred place since setting sun. Could her journey and loss be significant? Oh, yep.
Ooh, Liz.
Liz dropping knowledge right now.
Like Galileo. I'm impressed,
girl. Liz, well done, girl. Thank you for that.
I know, man. Look at it.
Could be true.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm digging it.
Oh yeah. And so, you know, hate to you know, bring the moment down, but as she approaches the finish line, her friend Mickey is, you know, definitely one of the first to cross the finish line, and Kana would have been one like the third place, fourth place, but as she's looking in the distance where her dad is, you know, recording this, you could see that she does get a glimpse, and something stops her. She kind of like it almost seems like she had a panic attack. You know what I'm saying? Like she's holding her heart. She goes down to the ground. You know, she's just very overwhelmed, and you know, she just runs away. And the only thing that, you know, she just continues running to a shrine that's within, I believe where she's at is Tokyo. And so she runs to this shrine, and she's crying, and she does have, the mother was, she had an amulet, kind of like a bracelet that was around her wrist. And so Kana, puts it on, and she's, you know, having this moment to herself where she's, you know, crying, and, unbeknownst to her, but us as the audience, we see first that where the rain is just kind of standing still, and so she's like wandering around looking at what's going on, and she runs into a big ox in this shrine, and this is our first meeting of like what certain gods are out there to be, you know.
Guy Huge.
What's up, Guy Forge? What's happening, fam?
1/3 of the Principal Defects, man. They're about to go live too, so don't check them out. You know, they got a ton of things to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about.
Right. And so, luckily for her, she does seem to find a familiar face within this kind of time, you know, capsule, if you will. It's just very like time has just slowed down. And so we do see Shiro, her little rabbit friend, that is taking it takes the form of an assistant, you know, an assistant for the gods. And so Shiro apologizes to the ox, at seeing if he could just kind of overlook this bump, like, oh, like, you know, she doesn't really know any better. But she is, she turns out to be, and I'm trying to remember what the word is. She's an Ida-tan, which is a
messenger delivery.
Yes. So it is somewhat of a god-esque form, but for humans. And so she has very little knowledge of what an Idatan is, and so Shiro says that you're wearing the amulet, and your mom was the Idatan. She was the Idatan of foot racing, ironically enough. So this is how we get the connection with running. The mother was a phenomenal runner, and so much so where this annual meeting for the gods, I believe it took place like every October, and so she would deliver certain items that different various gods give, and they travel to different parts of Japan. The parts that they're traveling to and where they get shiro, which is basically the god or food offerings to other gods, is there the pit stops, if you will. Those gods do not attend because they're just to kind of prevent any kind of calamity within their area. They actually just stay where they are, and then they just kind of offer their shiro to the Idatan. The Idatan carries it off and just kind of continues on to Izuma, where this festival for the gods is being held. And so we do we do get introduced, so now we have a trio, but very quickly we do see another character kind of come into play, and this character's name is Yasha, and Yasha is a demon descendant, and he has a grudge against the Idatan, and so he's kind of, you could tell like he's yes, he is a player hater, you know what I'm saying, and there's a trouble afoot. And it just so happens for him, he's like, dude, man, you think you got the running skills? I got the running skills. I've been training all my M&F in life for this. He's trying to beat Forrest Gump.
Tom Hanks and everything, dude.
Yes, indeed, man. He's trying to be
ass too.
Yeah, dude. He's trying to be Barry Allen of this beat. Yeah. And Shiro just kind of like shoos him off, although like you could tell he's gonna be coming back into play, and where his target goal is to basically get the shiro from the gods and deliver it so that he can bring honor back to his family's name, because apparently the demons that they were once gods and then they were not, and so now they're basically trying to regain that honor by becoming the Idatan. And so Kana and Shiro, they're off on this journey, and I feel like with this particular part of the anime, something that for me is ¿Cómo estás, compadre? And welcome, dude.
¿Cómo está, papá? De patito, way.
Yeah.
Good to see you, brother.
So one thing that I enjoyed about this, I feel like the dialogue that they ended up having with the exchange of characters is very intentional and focused, where you're not really getting dialogue outside of everything else. You know what I mean? It's just, there's no unneeded dialogue within the story. Everything seems to be very intentional with the conversations amongst the characters, and so I really did enjoy seeing a portion of their journey and seeing everything kind of unfold, but we do get a couple of bumps in the road, Steve. And so, like, as we all know right now, Kana seems to have this fear, if you will, or anxiety about her running. And she's just very in denial, like what you were saying, Stephen, like how kids this age doesn't seem like they really are connecting their feelings, really know how to articulate them, and let alone like to having to explain it to somebody else, but then also knowing it within themselves. And so they do, I feel they do a good job demonstrating this when Yasha challenges her to a foot race. What's up, Michelle? What's happening, girl?
What's going on? Moving.
Good to see you. Bam.
Yeah, one of the queens. Go ahead and
That's right. Come queens.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, did you at all, when you were watching the challenge from Yasha and with, their first challenge underneath or alongside the river, did you catch that kind of intentional like lost between Kana and Yasha. What's going on, DAnime Senpai? What's happening, brother?
Senpai
Good to see you, man.
Sama in the
Yeah,
legendary
dude.
Sama.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the reminder never went off, man, but that's the post never went up, man. I'm just adulting in work, man. You know,
no
like
worries.
You know,
No
but thank you.
worries.
It's never late time. It's the best time. So
That's right, man. Thank you.
We're just glad to have you guys in. Thank you guys so much. You know, it kind of seemed like, you know, like she didn't know whether she really wanted to be there, and you know, like it's kind of like she's dealing with all this stuff, and she's trying to be true to herself. There's something that she's hiding. Of course, she doesn't want to say it, but you know, should we let the cat out the bag?
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah, in this type of thing, I mean, her mother was the top tier. You know, like they praise her to the highest. You know, of what she does, and her, you know, like she does not want to do that. You know, she doesn't want to run. She's kind of dealing with this quorum of her not wanting to do it, but not let alone letting her mother down. So it's really in depth. I mean, I like the way they delivered this. I love the art. You know, like the story is great because it's kind of heartfelt in the beginning. You got a little moment, and then you're going through this journey. I wish they would have did a little more in that journey because here I'm seeing gore on the movie, and I mean I don't see one little thing of besides your boy get cut in the leg, but
they throw it off. They throw you off, but no.
But other than that, man, I mean, I think she was really just dealing with just the loss and then kind of figuring out what she wanted to do to kind of press forward. I mean, it was the weighing effect.
Yeah. Let's see. Michelle has a good question. Would you guys recommend this anime for somebody new to anime? So I would if they're more on the younger side, Michelle. So if you have you know, like niece or nephew, you know, that trying to get into it, and you know, something safe, very non-threatening, but you know, kind of makes you think. Yes, I would recommend this for them. As for somebody, you know, that is more on the adult, you know, like teenager kind of and up. I would say like maybe later, like, oh, like, you know, if you know, you can watch this. The animation is really good. The story, you know, it's fairly deep, you know, for the target genre. But I mean, as an adult, I mean, you can still find the where they're trying to get their point across, and then you know, like you take it from there. You make it what it is, you know. And so, you know, like going on, like Stephen, to what you said is like, you know, I think that Shiro definitely does sense that. And remember, Shiro is her little rabbit companion, and Shiro kind of willy-nilly tells her that she'll be able to see her mother again within this. And so kind of like dangling the carrot in front of her, giving her more incentive to continue on this journey. And so and the interesting thing about this is that Yasha knows of Yahio, Kana's mom, and so he used to do foot races against her, and he'd lose every time, you know. So now that there's a new Inutan, you know, you can tell there's a little bit of resentment because one, he never got a chance to beat Kana's mom. Yes, and then two, the fact that Kana is inheriting this position, a position that she doesn't necessarily want, and she's, you know, he's having to race her, and she kind of like you know, throws a white flag, you know what I'm saying? And so thank you, Michelle. And so so as you know, although like hope is definitely not lost, as you could as the story kind of progresses on, you can tell that the trio, right, are now starting to form a little bit of a relationship. Let's see, this is one to definitely check out. I really appreciate Meaningful Undertone. Yeah, undertones. Oh yeah, undertones. Yeah, definitely, Liz. I mean, you know, it you can always find something within an anime that you enjoy, you know what I mean? Even if it's not particularly your genre, or it might be a little bit out of your scope. But yes, but DAnime, I heard many things about Captain Harlock. So yeah, I got to get into that. There's just so much content, man, too much. But you know, as the story kind of develops, so does the trio's friendship, and so we see that they continue to going from, you know, god to god, and you know, pit stop to pit stop, getting the Shiro, and they finally come up against with what you guys could see, this gigantic dragon. And the dragon can smell lies. You know, he's just a straight up deity. You know, he's playing the part, and he sure as hell looks the part, you guys. Very intimidating. And he is asking Kana, like, you know, why are you doing this? You know, and she's like, well, I'm supposed to, you know, gather Shiro, and this is why I'm doing it. And he kind of sniffs her out right away. He says, this is not why you're doing it, and no, you cannot have my Shiro. If you know, and if you are gonna insist on doing this, I'm gonna make things challenging for you. So he just levels the area where they are, and you know, there's floating stones and stuff, and he's saying, if you can get to this doorway, you know, using this, find your path, but if you could get there, I'll give you my Shiro, and if not, then, you know, that's it, you know, that's tough luck. And so she is intimidated. Shiro is kind of slightly protesting it amongst the gods, you know, to kind of ease back. You know, she's just a little kid, and she's just newly an Idatan, and he's like, silence, fool, you know. And so he's like, let this entertaining, you know, let my entertainment continue, right?
Yeah, he's all
yeah,
twirling around in the sky.
Oh yeah, dude, like the Dragon Ball Z dragon, you know, like Shenron. But Yasha has been preparing his whole life for this, you know, this demon boy. And so he takes it upon himself and says, like, if I am capable of doing this, then allow me to be the Idatan. And they're like, all right, let's do it. So they both take off, and they're going, although Yasha is a little bit, you know, he's a little arrogant, takes a little too many chances, loses his footing, and is about to fall off this stone. And Kana comes to the rescue and, you know, saves him. And she kind of continues on, but she falls through. And the dragon god swoops down, grabs her, and he's telling her, you know, like, what's the real reason? You know, give me the real reason. You ain't got to lie. Tell me why. And she's saying, you know, I want to see my mom again. I was told I would be able to see her again, and this is basically why I'm doing this. And so it's really nice to see that an Idatan, a human being, had something to relate with the god about. And so this god was something similar. He was taken from his parent, you know, his parent god, and was basically stationed here knowing that he would never be able to see them again. And so, you know, so he can relate to her pain and suffering with that. And so he says, here's my Shiro, continue on. And so they do. And while doing this, they do encounter a little bit of the protagonist, and we kind of get a glimpse of her, the protagonist, I guess, and you could say in the beginning. It's just kind of like this dark, negative entity that just kind of surrounds itself around Kana from time to time. This time it really does take really grabs her attention by posing as Kana's mom. And so just like an evil, yes, just like an evil villain would do, you know, preying on the innocent. And so Yasha and Shiro try to snap her out of it, but it's like kind of, you know, an illusion of you know, greater threatening looking monsters that are trying to persuade her, when really it's just Yasha and Shiro. And so she really has to make this decision. Somehow she, you know, they're able to break free from this, and this just kind of sends her emotions just kind of on high and out of whack. And so she snaps the amulet, and now she's back in like real time. And so she has her demons to face, you know. And so this is just very tough to watch. I feel like, to see just a young child trying to navigate these emotions. And so Yasha and Shiro, they are both, they have to take it upon themselves to gather the rest of the Shiro and to continue on because this festival is going to be taking place soon. And so we do get to see more of the flashback that we got to see in the beginning unfold because Kana sees herself as a younger child with this memory kind of replaying. And so she figures out that something that her mom was basically modeling for her entire life, but also passing down a passion of hers, something that she felt was, a part of her calling, just a part of her being. And that, of course, is running. And so she, they have this exchange of why, are you continuing this? Why do you, want to go on? And she just says, I love running. And so now she snaps herself out of it. She figures out, I got to get to Izuma and get this going. And so Yasha, during he had suffered an injury, not life-threatening, but threatening enough to their journey to get this thing going. And so because Kana is able to put together the amulet, back together, basically braiding it on her head. She's able to hear Shiro and Yasha, but she's not able to see them. And so she's figured it out and says, I get it. I know why. My real reason is I do enjoy running. I love it. And so that's a piece of my mom that I'm always going to have forever. And this is what I'm going to do. I am determined. And she sets off, you guys. And so, we do get to see this, just this young child just triumph over what I feel like the true protagonist is just the emotions, of navigating a tremendous loss. Like that is, something that many of us have a hard time doing. If I was in her position, I don't know that I'd be able to, you know what I'm saying, Steve? I mean, and of course, obviously you get to see that goal, where she does make it. But in your opinion, I mean, what do you feel like the overall triumphant moment for her during this entire time? You know what I mean? Because I feel like there were a couple of exchanges that she had where she was able to really figure this out. But I mean, to you, I'd like to hear, some of your responses on what you felt during this coming moment.
Yeah, during that coming moment, I felt like just the personable touch of why she started running and where she put the dotted those lines and said, okay, it's for my mom. I want to be closer to my mother. It's a piece of her. And I think when you are a child and even as you're growing up, you will be your parent. I mean, one of them, right? I mean, because you are their blood. Yeah. And I think in the end, that's probably the best thing you could be, because they're your parents are kind of raising you through this whole journey of life. Yeah. And in the end, as you get older, they become your best friends. I mean, you do have outside friends. You do have a smaller circle. You might have a bigger circle. But at the very end of the day, I think it's your family that stays with you through good, through bad, and everything like that. They'll always be there. So it was it was a good part to see that part of that scene, how she connected everything. And then even down to mission, down when she just took it off, man. To me, it was like, okay, good. Like this is where I'm going with this story, and it's getting better.
Yeah. Yeah, well said, man. I mean, I definitely agree with with your.
Meanwhile, these two guys are freaking having you go at it, dude.
Dude, I've been trying not to look as much because they've been cracking me up. Yo, I'm laughing inside my head.
Like a candle in the wind.
Yeah, dude,
we're talking about November Rain, kissing.
I was gonna. You're all hitting some Elton John or something, dude.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think for an overall, thoughts for the anime, I would definitely, give it a watch. It's it does have that Studio Ghibli feel for the, aesthetic story. I do feel like it did have its moments where it was enjoyable and fun to watch. Is it something that, more kind of, I guess you could say, experienced anime viewers would want to watch? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you would want. I mean, Wong's up in there, and so is the anime. I don't know if they would just judging just based on our kind of breakdown of it. Like, would you guys give this a watch?
I mean, with something Wong, he's talking about. Are we talking anime? I mean,
Yeah.
It is exactly what we're talking about. Wong.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, and that might be the answer. You know what I mean? His answer is like, nah, I don't think so. Yeah. And that's okay. That's all right.
In watching it, like like the message is great, but I felt like, you nailed it when you said this is for like children, an entry level coming into anime, having an appreciation, the messages and everything like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome about it. And I mean, it's a great first time, like it's good to watch it, recommend it, give it to somebody that's kind of entering into anime.
Yeah.
Like if they want a touching story and then kind of branch them out to different things. I mean, you want to hold those cards to your chest, man. Give them the good stuff first and kind of give them the entry level, and then blow their mind away with some like crazy anime.
Yeah, no, I mean, and there's a lot of slice of life out there, that kind of give more more life experience, thought-provoking, storylines within this, and very deep characters. But Kana for being the main character of this, I mean, I do feel like having the girl kind of be more of the. I feel like she's more mature for sure. I don't know that like it just, even in the anime, it displayed some of the boys just like very goofy like and stuff, where like a girl navigating through all of this, I feel like has a better opportunity to kind of figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not speaking for all the males out there. I'm speaking just for myself. Like I'd be like, I don't know that I would be up in there. So
they made the boys there all door. The girls are like, God, like get it together. Only I like this kind of message that Liz hit. She put hentai.
Oh yeah,
you got my man hitting mantai.
Yeah.
And then Kenneth Bird,
what's going on, Kenneth? Good to see you.
Brother.
Welcome. Yeah. So I mean, overall, like this is I feel like this was a decent watch. What's going on, Sheena? What's up, girl?
HK Wifey 420, Sheena. How's it going? Good to see you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is a decent watch, something for something definitely kid friendly. I feel like that's my overall. I feel I don't want to sound like a broken record, but there's a lot of young viewers out there that are just starting to get interested in this. So animes like this, of course, Studio Ghibli, chef's kiss. I mean, you got to start there first for the youth. But yeah, this is definitely something up there that can be within the same same lane. So yes, I do enjoy you guys. But oh, Sheena,
don't be sorry, girl. Those are your girls, so we already know.
Hey, that's right.
It's your viewing pleasure on, girl.
Kids cannot watch 90% of my collection. But the anime, I know I can, and that's what I'm down for. I'm down, dude. I'm gonna. I feel like I'm just gonna invite myself over, dude. And be like, bags ready, brother. Yeah, dude. But yes, you guys, this was Child of Kamiari month, and so yes, again, give it a watch. Tell us your thoughts down below in the comments if you guys ever do get an opportunity to watch it, or hit us in the DMs on Instagram. Give me your thoughts, and Steve your thoughts. But continuing on, you guys know Monday we got Cover Lovers coming up in like 20 minutes, you guys. So do stay tuned for that. And upcoming, we got Thursday, right? Thursday's coming up. Also, wait, I'm sorry, can't skip over Wednesday, I believe. We got Obi-Wan. We got Obi-Wan breakdown, right?
Yeah, and then we got on Tuesday, we got Jeff. Jeff will be with Shy Comic Girl.
That's right.
And Alonzo. They'll be reviewing Ms. Marvel. If you
Ms.
guys
Marvel.
missed it, I highly recommend you check it out. Very awesome show. It's a great direction. You'll get their breakdown. Yeah. Wednesday is my man Rogue's Law.
That's right.
He's going over Obi-Wan episode 4. If you guys are not watching that, highly recommend you watch that.
Get on it.
Are a Star Wars fan, you love it, check it out. Yep. And then on top of that, Mondo Thursday with special guests. Inja, the Beheader, Binja will be in the building. So you guys already know we're hype about it.
That's right. Get hyped, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Hit that bang, 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 bang. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yes, indeed. But with that being said, you guys, we got an action-packed week for y'all. So we hope to see you guys in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
I know I do.
Yeah.
I'm paying that subscription yearly, brother.
Yeah, dude, right? And on that note, you guys, if you want to do it right, FANime for life. Thank you guys. We love you. Appreciate it. Much love.
Have a great week, y'all.
Late.